Hello, this is John Francisconi doing the expert interview project for Econ. So I interviewed Megan Burke, who is a senior manager at Deloitte, and Deloitte is a company that deals with tax auditing, and it's based in Northampton, Massachusetts. And she's a CPA and PMP. A CPA stands for Certified Public Accountant, and PMP stands for Project Management Professional. So you can tell that she's very certified in what she does in terms of financial. And all of these relate to, like, these are certifications that a lot of people in the financial field have. So we mainly focused on taxes and retirement. That's what we mainly talked about. She obviously specializes in taxes, so she was able to talk a lot about that. But then she also talked about a lot of what she does in her own life in terms of retirement, because her business doesn't offer like a super comprehensive pension plan or anything like that. So she's had to save a lot of money for retirement, put a lot of money aside from her own paycheck. So she has a lot of experience with that. And we just talked about how like all these impact your life, and how honestly they can even go hand in hand, like how having a better tax strategy could even lead to better retirement savings, because you could use the extra money in that. And this all kind of relates to my 3 gems, and I'm going to go off all of these because these all relate to other things too. The first one, you do not need to put aside all that much each year if you make smart choices in investing for retirement. And this centers around the idea that, like, if you're making smart choices in investing for retirement, you don't need to be setting aside that much money every year. You can get away with maybe putting in a few thousand less each year if you're making up for that with good investments and you're in the right mutual funds and ETFs. You can really lead to good stuff, because you can spend the money in other ways on like vacations and be perfectly fine for retirement. And another thing that she brought up is, although it's good to start on the earlier side, you should pay yourself first and not worry much when you're very young, in like your 20s. And she talked about how like maybe she focused too much on saving for retirement when she was young in her 20s, and she was working really hard to put aside money, and it really never amounted to that much because there just wasn't that much like capital available. And then she started earning more and more as she climbed the ranks, and then she realized that, like, I can put aside more money now in a much easier way, and I have still plenty of time to save it up for retirement. And I think that's just like something to keep in mind. Like, you don't want to lose like your life when you're still healthy and young in your 20s saving for retirement, because you do have time to make it up, and you can't wait too long either. That would be a very bad strategy too, because it's very good to invest early so it can grow over time. But when you're in like your 20s and you're in a starter job and things like that, maybe it's not your first concern. And then finally, another key takeaway that I had was there are many tax breaks and advantages for businesses and individuals alike. So she obviously deals with businesses and corporations, and she knows what the tax breaks are for those. But she's also mentioning how there's many tax breaks for individuals as well. Like, there are many deductions that you can take advantage of, credits and all that like you can save hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars a year on. And that's very good to keep in mind. And you can use that money for things like retirement or vacations or whatever you want to do with it. So that's just very important to note. So, I mean, that's pretty much what we talked about, and I learned a lot of valuable information. I hope you can too. Thank you.